Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. It's your girl. It's Sharonda LaShawn, Sister RN. What's up, y'all? I'm glad to be here today. I thought I'd pop out on you. We got some exciting stuff coming up. And so I just wanted to give you a few updates. I am not going to overwhelm y'all with all the things that I do, right? But there are a couple of things I want you to know about. So I'm just popping out here, not scheduled. So I hope a couple of you guys tune in. I have a 7 p.m. in the Zoom room tonight. It is Beyond Health is Wealth. That's what we call it, right? Beyond Health is Wealth. You guys know I'm Sister RN. And then we got a series going right now that have us focused on our wealth. Because we all know that the underlying cause of poverty or the underlying cause of poor health 9 times out of 10 is poverty, just not having money, not being able to afford to be healthy. And so we're going to talk about how to use the money we have the best way that we can to get the results that we need out of life. I don't want to give it all away. What I want you to do is show up in the Zoom room. So we have it's at exconsultants.co/launch. I'll put it in the comments. Let me do that now. Let's see. All right. So go there and register. Once you register, you'll get the Zoom link and you'll be able to come in the Zoom room tonight at 7 p.m. Why is it important for you to come in the Zoom room tonight? Because we're going to talk about how to protect. Let me show you. We're going to talk about how to protect your health and multiply your wealth. We're going to have a spectacular speaker that's coming in tonight. Her name is Stephanie. Stephanie is a very close friend of mine. She's a registered nurse. She's retired. And she owns her own financial company now. She's a financial strategist. And the name of her company is The People Company. She is the COO and the co-founder of that company. So she's going to be the speaker tonight. So I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you come hear my girl speak because she want to talk to you about how to move your money, right? Where your money should be, how to make your money grow, how to make your personal savings account on steroids, right? How to save at 5% if you ain't doing nothing else, how to borrow from yourself when you're saving. All of these, I don't want to give all these nuggets away, but I think it's important that you be in the room. All right. So when we talk about, I don't want to scare you guys when we talk about life insurance, but I think it's important. If you've been on my timeline, you know what it's been. It has been hectic. 2025, we had 3 deaths in like 45 days, right? And so I wouldn't say we was caught off guard, but we were caught off guard, right? Because none of it was planned. We didn't know that any of it was happening. But needless to say, you can be in better position when bad things like that happen. What we've been taught about life insurance is the death benefit, right? How much money you get when somebody dies. And then when you talk to people about the death benefit, they talking about $10,000, $20,000. Oh, just enough money to get them buried. Y'all, that's not what's up. You hear me? That is not what's up. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. That's not what other people are doing. See, we have to secure generational wealth. I was recently working, oh my God, on my will and my estate, right? And I was crying. Why was I crying? Well, first of all, because I'm talking about dying, right? And then what's going to happen with the things, and then my estate. And so then, then I had to ask myself, well, what is my estate? Oh my God. And run my estate is written. We work so hard. I'm out here busting my butt. What about my legacy? Is my legacy protected? Do I have a will? Let me ask you this, y'all. Okay, so I ask you, do you have a will? Do you have your written instructions on where you want your things to go when you die? Do you have that written? Most of us don't. right? And don't know how to do that. You need to be on the call at 7 p.m. because we'll show you how to do it. And then the next thing is it's affordable. So don't think you can't afford it. Now, back to that life insurance. If you got life insurance, cool. You got term life, and or you don't know what that means, 7 p.m. is where you need to be tonight. But if you have term life insurance, that's cool. That's the foundation. That's the protection. If you have a whole life, that's cool too. You get a little cash value with that, but that don't grow a whole lot, do it? So Stephanie's gonna come on and tell you about other alternatives. Index universal life insurance. And then we're gonna tell you what that means. So you ain't scared to have these conversations and you can get ready to take care of your family. Does that make sense? You want to make sure that you got your will intact, and then you want to make sure that you have an advance directive. What do you want people to do if you get on a ventilator? Or you in a cold situation. I'm sorry. Do you want to be placed on a ventilator? Do you want people to do chest compressions? That type stuff. You need to talk about that. And then most of us think this is for elders. We think, oh, this is what the old folks supposed to be doing. No, because in 2025, it was 2 32-year-olds that showed, actually, it was 3 32-year-olds that showed me something different. So we got to get it together. That's what 7 o'clock going to be about. I ain't finna tell y'all and give y'all all the juice, but it's going to be something like that. All right. You got to come in with your notebooks, your pen, and your paper so you can get it. So we can get you guys positioned to protect all this hard work and stuff that you're doing. I see what you're doing out there. Who going to get your house? The state? Or do you want to put it in a trust? So you don't have to deal with probate and that type stuff. You want to have everything structured right. So you need to be on the call. All right. You need to be on the call if you ain't got your will and don't know what to do. You need to be on the call if you don't have an advance directive and don't know what to do. You need to be on the call if you die and we're gonna have to do a GoFundMe. You need to be on the call if we're gonna have to do a fish fry. I ain't saying I won't do it, because I will do it for you. But what I'm trying to say is, let's get you covered. And let's get you, hey, it's affordable. And I'm gonna make sure it's affordable for you. You got me in your corner. I'm a life insurance agent now, right? So we're gonna make sure that you're educated, and we're gonna make sure that you're positioned to protect your health and multiply your wealth. So I'm gonna see y'all at 7 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, Beyond Health is Wealth series. We meeting up every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. to have these hard conversations. Yay, that's that. And then last but not least, I want to announce that this is exciting for me, and I know you guys get tired of me, right? Because I'm always got an announcement, and I'm always excited about something, right? And so if that bothers you, I ain't sorry, I apologize, but it's gonna keep coming. So I published an article and it was picked up by Authority Magazine. I am very excited about it because it talks about the very thing that's dear to my heart, the healthcare system and how to fix it. There was a study out where they said the United States hospitals are in the worst conditions, right? Despite all the money that we have and the wealth in our country. And so I was able to tell the 5 things that I think we need to do to change the healthcare system. So I want you guys to check that out. That's with Authority Magazine, medium.com. I'll put that in the link, but please check that out. That's my work. I love writing, had no idea that I love writing. And so this is taking me on a journey. You know, I know you guys saw me when I was doing my speaking journey with Kelly, the speaker mogul. I announced back in October 2022, I think, I was leaving out of the hospitals and wanted to be a speaker. Since then, I've become a speaker, and the things that I've learned during the speaker journey has changed my life. Because, the very first assignment we had was the signature talk. And when I did that signature talk, you guys don't understand how important it is to write your very first talk. What do you want to talk about? We experts, we're on social media talking all the time. But what are you talking about? And how are you delivering that message? Is your message impactful? But without going deep in the woods there, what it did was took me down a journey of discovering myself. Because to even do that signature talk, you guys, I had to figure out my why. And I had to dig deep. And I had to do some work. You see, this stuff doesn't come easy. I might make it look easy, but it doesn't come easy. You have to work for it. And if you don't see me doing anything else, you always see me working. You always see me researching. You always see me studying. I had no idea that that's what I even liked, right? But when I got to find out more about myself, these were some of the things that I discovered. I like to write. Not only do I like to talk, I like to write. I really love to talk. Y'all know I love to talk. That's why I'm on this microphone right now. But anywho, check out Authority Magazine. Check us out March the 16th, 17th, and 18th. We're doing the Speaking Industry Expo. You guys know I've been talking about that, right? I am the MC. That's very exciting. That's another thing. I just told you that the speaker just trying to discover myself inside that speaker life. I found MCing. I really love MCing and hosting. I love being in charge of the energy and connecting the people in the room. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, for that opportunity. Another person that I haven't shout out in a while, that I haven't even seen him in a while, is Hemp 500. I want to give Hemp his credit, y'all. When I came out of the corporate world and was trying to find myself, I found Hemp 500 in his group. And I ended up joining his group, Recession Proof. And then I ended up joining the 1%. And there I learned marketing. I learned strategy. He brought all these experts in, kind of what I'm doing just at a local level, for my hometown. Empower Her 423. Shout out to y'all. That all of this kind of started when I was trying to do and is doing Empower Her 423 in my hometown community, Chattanooga, Tennessee. But Marcus gave me the blueprint, and I just want to say, hey, you're a hustler. You're a young man. I don't care how old you are. You can learn from the young. Get yourself in these younger circles. To the people my age and older, get yourself around these younger people and listen to them and learn from them. You educate them as well. But just because you're the oldest one in the room don't mean you're the smartest one in the room. So they had to hustle. I learned a lot. I met a lot of good people and have some lifelong relationships as a result. So shout out to Him 500. Thank you for showing me these streets, showing me the hustle, showing me marketing strategy, showing me the credit game, showing me business funding, bringing all the people out. Go High Level was something that you introduced to me. At that time, I think he was into ClickFunnels, but I knew nothing about CRMs, background systems that would help me get my product out so people can even hear me, right? I want my voice out there, but how do I land on your desk? How do I get inside your emails? How do I get into your room? Those are the things that Him 500 and Her 500 in that group kind of taught us. So that was some good stuff. And then they brought us some heavy hitters in the room. You never knew who was going to walk through that room. I wrote my first book because of a young man that walked in the room. Oh my God, I'm so mad at myself because I can't think of his name right now. But anywho, and he was my favorite one. I ought to be ashamed of myself. I'm looking at his face right now. He's all about affirmations. He's all about financial security. He writes children's books. If y'all know who it is, drop it in the chat or I put it down there after this. But he brought some heavy hitters in the room. And so that's kind of put myself back on stage. Let's remove Stephanie and put myself back on stage. That's something that I want to do for you guys. And that's what we'll be doing tonight. All right. So see you guys in the room. I better get off of here because again, I'll be meeting with my family members. We'll be talking about the will. We'll be talking about the estate planning. We'll be talking about who's the executor of the estate and all of that good stuff. And so I'm excited. See you in the room at 7 p.m. Sister RN, also known as Sharonda, out.